Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 5 of the Geek and the Freak podcast. I'm Gray. I nearly forgot my own name. It's a good start, isn't it? I'm Gray, and with me as ever is my co-host of the podcast, Emily, and my good friend Emily. Hi, Emily. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good.
How was your weekend? What did you get up to?
Weekend was good. Didn't really do too much, which was nice. Did nothing on Friday night. Saturday, dog training, walk with the dog. Went into town Saturday afternoon. Just potted around for a bit. Came home. Yeah, honestly, really chilled weekend. Couple of
Nice.
loads of washing, bit of housework. Yeah,
Nice.
all good. How
Good.
was yours?
Yeah, mine was very quiet. So did I get out in the garden? I don't think I did actually. I sort of thought about going out in the garden and doing some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but didn't in the end. I played a lot of video games. There was a new video game out the week before last, and I waited a week to buy it because I wanted to like
Okay.
watch some people playing it online, see whether I thought I might like it or not. So I played a bit of
Okay.
that on Sunday. I streamed it, which was fun. Had some friends watching
Cool.
my stream, so that was cool. Um, yeah, it was a very great weekend, I would say.
It was nice weather.
It was nice weather. Yeah, and it's been beautiful today and warmer today as well. Like we're
Yeah,
recording on
warmer today.
Tuesday. Apparently it's going to get even warmer towards the back end of the week, isn't it?
Lovely. Yeah, if you did notice at the weekend, if you're in the shade, it's still a bit chilly. Did pop to the garden centre.
Did you? What did you get?
I got a couple of cherry tomato plants and some other little bits and pieces, some fuchsias, some lobelia, various bits and pieces. Yes.
Is it a good time to
So
be buying tomato plants? Is this the time to get them?
it's only that big.
The little, like a baby one. See, I keep
Mhm.
it indoors for now, kind of thing.
It's indoors. Oh yes, sorry, green fingered grey.
Well, I mean, I'm not at all, am I? Because I don't even know when the right time is to buy them. So maybe
Well,
I should,
exactly.
maybe, maybe next week, maybe next weekend I need to go to a garden centre and pick up a tomato plant or two.
Yeah, go for it. Because they'll do 3 for 2 and things like that, or do like 3 for a tenner or
Oh yeah,
something.
I can get a chili plant at the same time and then not eat the chilies
Mhm.
because they'll be too hot.
Because they're too hot.
Yes, because they could kill a human.
Just literally wave the chili over the top of the dish. Be fine.
So any funny incidents, anything happened this week, Emily, that you want to report back on for our listeners?
Yeah, I've had a small incident.
Did
This
you
is
poo
a.
yourself? Did you? That's what it's when you say you've had a small incident. It sounds like you've had some kind of accident.
Yeah, but that's if I. Not that I would poo myself. You would class that as an accident. I said incident. Very different.
Okay. Oh, okay. What was the incident? What's occurred? What's occurred?
So, believe it or not, I might have the odd grey hair. Okay.
Yes.
So on my parting, I noticed as I was getting ready on Sunday, and back in, right at the very, very back, and I looked in the mirror, there was this white hair just sticking bolt upright. And I thought, oh God. Now, normally I'd pluck it out.
Yeah.
And my hairdresser said to me, don't pluck them out. She said, cut it. She said, cut it right down to the root as far as you can go. Fine.
Okay.
So I got a decent pair of hairdressing scissors. So I was trying to, in the mirror, merrily did a little snip. Didn't quite get it. Snipped again. Absolutely fine. It went. I now have a small mohawk on the back of my head.
Because you got what? Did you cut loads of hair?
I cut loads of hair by mistake. So when it grows, I'm going to have this little stupid reverse mullet tuft thing. So, I mean, when my hair's all completely back, it's fine. But the moment my parting comes out, you're going to see this little Mr. Majika.
I mean, I look forward to seeing that on the podcast. I do. And
Thanks.
yeah,
Thanks. I knew you'd find that funny.
yeah, that's impressive. That's
Yeah.
good work. I mean, I'm not sure what I would do with mine. Like if I cut all of my grey hairs.
You'd have to just shave your head. You'd be fine.
I mean, I did do that at the beginning of the lockdown.
Did you?
Yeah. So when we
Wait,
went,
didn't we? didn't we have a FaceTime and you shaved your head and you hadn't said anything and you came on screen and it was like, what have you done?
Yeah, so that I needed a haircut when the world shut down. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was just like, well, I feel like I need to do something. So I shaved it all off. And then I didn't cut it again for about 2 years. So maybe longer actually, because it's only 2 years. Like 3 years, I think I went without cutting my hair. So I went
Mm.
from shaven head to like man in his 50s with really long hair. Which
Yeah.
did you see it when it was like that? Did we?
You had a ponytail.
I did have a ponytail. Yeah, I know.
Well, I wouldn't say pony. Rat tail, maybe.
No, it was a full on. By the time I got it cut, it was a full on like. So when I got it cut off and went to the hairdresser, I was like, I need this gone. I'm 50 years old. I can't have a
Mhm.
ponytail any longer. She said, can I keep it so that I can give it to my birds to use as a nest?
Oh. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I've heard of people doing that with their cat fur. So there's a man, this is quite sweet. There's a man on the internet who grooms his cat and takes the cat fur and puts it into like a little basket thing in his garden. And all the birds come along, take tufts of his cat fur to line their nest. That I understand. Your hair.
I mean, there was a lot of it by the time I got, because it was down like beyond my shoulders by the time I got it cut. I was looking at
Mhm.
some old streaming videos when I'm gaming,
Mm.
and there was one where I didn't have it up in a ponytail and it was just down. And I looked at it, I was
Okay.
like, oh, it looks all right. I quite like that. But it was the ponytail that was a problem, I think, on
It look
reflection.
it looks better how it is now, I would say.
I look like a dick, didn't I? Don't pull that face. You're supposed to say no. Don't be silly, Gray.
No, it suits you better as it is now, I would
Yeah,
say.
thanks. Yeah, I
There
agree.
you
I
go.
do
Yeah.
agree. Yeah. Every so often I do. I mean, every so often, like I literally always go about 4 months between haircuts. So I quite like it when there's a bit more to it. But then because I'm a man of a certain age, there is a bold spot at the back.
Oh, is there?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's good that
Oh
you haven't noticed
dear.
that because that's quite
That's
prominent, I
because you're
think.
taller than me. I don't often see the top of your head.
Not that much taller than you.
Oh, didn't you say we'd had a comment on YouTube?
Yes, it's so the
A
person who
a one lonely comment.
one lonely. No, it's actually we've had two, but the comment that's just happened this evening is my good friend Andy, aka Kitsu Ritsu. So you'll be able to go and look at the YouTube video and see the comment.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
watching the one where I had met up with my friends Amber and Zoe, and they had talked about being happy, Amber particularly, to be a substitute were you to be away, which I
Mhm.
literally told you while we were recording. And Andy's comment is, if you replace Emily, we riot. So
Yay! Andy, you're amazing. Thank you. Yay, I've got a fan.
so I have got a little story to tell, which is but I
Mhm.
won't but I'll save that for the second half after we've heard about this week's sponsor. But I
Okay.
did have something else I wanted to talk about, which we sort of nearly talked about in episode 1 but got distracted, which doesn't
Okay.
sound like us, but I thought maybe it might be a good topic for this week's pod.
Okay.
So I asked you whether you had any idea about the TV program Severance. You said no, and then I asked you whether you actually watched any television because we'd never talked about it in our over 10 years of friendship. I thought it might be interesting to talk about the premise of Severance and whether you would consider doing it. Where
Oh
it
Christ.
where it
Okay.
Do you know what the premise of Severance is, or is it worth me explaining? It's probably worth me explaining to those listening who don't know.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah.
So it's a bit of a sci-fi show set in kind of like maybe a near future where a procedure has been developed that would enables you to separate your brain into two personalities. Have you heard about this?
Yes, I remember it now. I remember it. So you've got your work personality, and your work personality doesn't remember anything about your home or your outside life personality. And then that personality after work, like your in the evenings and the weekends, they have no recollection of what your work personality is.
Exactly. And the TV show's brilliant because there's like a whole mystery about what it is they're actually doing once they're at work, because nobody really seems to understand what it is they're up to. But obviously when you're back home, you don't remember that anyway. So it's a very clever conceit. But
Okay.
I thought it was an interesting question to ask. Like, would you consider severing your brain so that you don't have to remember being at work?
That's a really tricky question, because my first thought was, is it going to feel like when I shut my front door, it's like I've gone to sleep for 12 hours? Or is it the whole thing of, I know I've been somewhere, I know I have been doing a job, but I don't know what it is. Which one is it?
So literally in the show, the day person, so the person that's kind of like enjoys all the time off, they literally go to work every morning, they get in a
Yeah.
lift, and as they go down the lift, a switch happens while they're in the lift, and they effectively
Okay.
like turn off, and then the work personality takes over while they're in the lift. And that, so the
Okay.
work person, it's tougher really for the work personality because they
Because
literally
they're permanently working.
they are permanently at work. Yes.
But that's the whole thing, though, because you wouldn't know what the other one's doing.
No.
You're not going to then remember the one. But the fun time Frankie is always going to just be, hey, life is great. All I'm doing is going out, having a bit of free time.
Playing
Whereas
my
the
video
work one,
games. watching
sado.
all the watching all the cool TV shows.
Whereas the work one is in a permanent loop of work. I don't think I'd like that. No.
No, it's interesting because obviously the show kind of plays on that fact that it's
Mm.
actually they're called innies and outies in the show. So
Oh,
the
that's like
innie
tummy buttons.
yeah, it is a bit like Tommy Buttons. Yeah. But
Ew.
the innies are the ones that do the work and the outies are the ones that are out
Because
in the
they're
world
out.
because they're out. Yeah, because they're out. Yeah.
Out. Would you do it?
Would I
Okay.
do it? I think maybe not. I do. Like, I've had 2 days away with work and I've loved it. It's been great. And actually I'd want to be able to remember that. It'd be really weird to, like, I don't know how you do it here. Like, would I walk in through my front door and kind of wake up from the work thing?
Mm. And then you've also got that whole, it's going to sound sadder than it is, because in reality, it's like, oh, you then actually get to appreciate the time you have outside of work and the weekends where you're like, oh, I've got the such and such to look forward to, or I'm going to do this. Oh, chewing gum, chewing gum.
Chewing gum moment. Yeah. Shut up.
You can't get away from that ever again.
No.
And because, you get to appreciate what you've got outside of work.
Yes. I think that's
And if,
true.
if you're lucky enough to enjoy your job, then you've got the best of both worlds. I know
Yeah.
there's loads of people who hate their job, but there's other people who love their job or enjoy their job.
So anyway, Emily, let's hear about this week's sponsor.
This week's sponsor is Williamson's Wigs. They're in Orwell Avenue, just off the High Street.
Nice.
So they have a selection of wigs and toupees. They have clip-in hair pieces. They have combo wigs, lace-fronted wigs, wig caps, and wig tape. And Mr. Williams says if you pop into the shop and mention the podcast, you can have a free measuring up for either a male or a female merkin. So thank you very much, Mr. Williamson. I can go and see if he can sort my little mohawk out.
You can. And I could get my bowl patch sorted.
There you go. You could have a little toupee.
I could. Happy days. Did we get any feedback from the fish shop? The fish shop? Fishing shop.
The fishing shop, Bob's Tackle.
Bob's Tackle.
Bob's Tackle, he was ordering live maggots in by the bucketful.
Was he? Amazing.
He had a lot of people going in claiming their free maggots. So yes, he was absolutely thrilled. I think he sold a few flies as well.
Amazing.
So let's see how many people go and get measured up for their merkin at Mr. Williamson's wigs.
Yeah, I look forward to hearing about that next week, Emily.
Me too.
So do you want me to tell you my little story for the week?
Oh, yes, please do.
So this is video game related, but I thought it was quite a wholesome little story, and I thought you might like to hear it.
Okay.
So I had been part of what we call a raid team on the video game that I play. Yeah, I knew you'd
Little gang of buddies. Is it like the Red Hand Gang?
a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a team of 8 that go fight like these really difficult boss fights in
Okay.
Final Fantasy 14, the online video game that I play. So it's collaborative stuff, but the fights are really hard. And periodically they release new ones. So back in, I think, kind of like August of last year, we got 4 new fights. And we beat the first one, and then we got horribly stuck on the second one. And I don't know whether you remember, but I had a bit of a health scare like September, October time last year. I had like a lesion removed from my scalp. And while that was all going on and waiting to find out what it was, it was all a bit much. And I felt like I was failing at the fight, and I was worried that I was ill.
Oh, no.
And so I
Okay.
stepped back I was like, I'm going to step away from the team for a bit, and kind of felt like maybe I was retiring from like that part of the video game. And there's a bit of me that's like,
No.
I'm 52 years old. Maybe I've just got a bit too old for that kind of content.
No, never.
Well, maybe, because like reaction times, start to dull, don't they?
Or is it like, and when I tap my clipboard onto the dashboard, you're going to perform an emergency stop?
Yes, it is a lot like that. And also, like these fights, although they're the same every time you try and do them, they go on for about 10 minutes, and you have to learn. It's more like a dance, I guess. So you have to learn where your character needs to be at every moment during the fight.
What
And it's
movement it needs to do.
yeah, it's hard to remember it.
Okay.
So the team kind of carried on for a bit. They didn't clear the fight without me either. Then they started back up again, kind of like about a month ago, I guess, kind of just dropping in and out and having a go at it. Not with all of them. You can pull in strangers as well to help you.
Okay. Yeah.
And they were doing it last Wednesday evening, and I was free. Liverpool had been beaten the night before, and I had no interest in watching any more football. So I was like, so I basically just messaged them and said, if you need a warm body for tonight, I'd be happy to join. That's how I put it.
That sounds very disturbing.
Yes, but that is, I didn't feel like I would join them and, be able to really significantly help. So I joined, and it ended up, so there were 7 of us to start with. Somebody dropped out for various reasons. So there were 6 of us, and then 2 strangers that we brought in. And the 2 strangers were really good. They knew the fight and were keen to help a team who had not cleared it.
Oh, okay. Right.
And we cleared it. We beat the fight. So it took us about, I don't know, probably about 7 or 8 goes at it. But I picked it all up.
I thought you would say 7 or 8 hours. I'd give it up.
No, I mean, like 7 or 8 goes is about an hour and 20 minutes probably of trying it.
Oof, too much.
Yeah, it's a lot. But yeah, we cleared the fight, so we were all like so excited because we had none of them had beaten none of them. Well, one of them had beaten it, I think, so they'd gone off and done it with a load of strangers. But yeah, the first time that the team had cleared the fights, that was lovely. So I'm back on the raid team.
Yay!
So I'm not too old after all. So there you go. It's a little wholesome video game story.
Little wholesome video. Oh.
Have you ever played a video game, Nina?
I mean, not since I was a kid. And the last time I played a video game was when I came to your house. I think it was the weekend that I taught you how to cook a roast lunch. You were showing me various video games, and you showed me Call of Duty.
Did I?
And then, and then you showed me Grand Theft Auto.
Oh my God, did I?
And so you said, okay, let's do it where you get given like a little sort of raid scenario thing that you can do as a one player against the computer, and you get to choose the character you want to be, and you're like, look, you can go and jump in that car and drive off, and then you can go and do this.
A little quest probably.
A little quest. You made me punch civilians that I wasn't very happy about.
I wouldn't have made you do that, surely.
You did. You said, "Look, you can go up to that person." I said, "Who's that person there? Is anyone I need to be worried about? Do I need to get my gun?" And you were like, "That's just a civilian, but you can go up and punch them."
You can if you want, but and so you chose to.
Yes. But that would have been the last time I played a video game. I've had my nails done.
Oh, you got your nails done.
Yeah. I'll take a photo that we can put on Instagram.
Oh yeah, do. Very nice.
So these are it's a very, very deep, dark blood red.
It is. Yes, it's very
Really nice.
Ninara's vampire thing going on.
But I'm not a vampire.
Well, you've got a little bit of goth in you, haven't you?
No.
You so do.
What, because I've got dark hair and I wear black a lot of the time?
I mean, that's one of the reasons. There's the hanging from the ceiling by your feet as well, isn't there?
Bit of a giveaway. I've got a turquoise t-shirt on though.
You have. Yes, you're looking colourful tonight, I have to say.
There we go. I tell you what you do need to watch.
Oh yeah, you were going to tell me to watch something. What is it?
This is very, very wholesome. And you love dogs, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, cats are my... But
I know cats are your thing, but you like dogs. And you
yes,
like
I do like
you like a bit of a wholesome sub story, heartwarming. Right. You need to watch
This going to make me cry. This is going to make me
cry.
Oh
yeah. Oh yeah. You need to watch The Doghouse on Channel 4.
What's it about?
So there is an animal charity somewhere up north, can't remember where, and they're called Wood Green.
Okay.
And they rescue dogs. And what they do is each episode, there's normally about 3 separate families or couples who go and see them about rescuing a dog. There's always a sob story.
Okay.
Always a sob story, whether it's the animal who's had the sob, like the dog who's had the sob story, or the people.
Okay.
And then they try and match a dog to that family or to that couple or whatever, and it's just so magical, and I love it. You can catch it online. You don't have to sit there and watch it on Thursday evening or whatever. But
yeah. I mean, that would be how I would do it. Yeah.
Watch a couple of episodes of The Doghouse.
What's it? Oh, the Doghouse. Okay. Yeah, on Channel 4.
Yeah. On Channel 4. Yeah.
Okay. I will watch some ahead of next week. Maybe we should get some of our listeners, if they'd like to maybe watch a couple of episodes too, and then they'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah, of course. And don't forget, our listeners can still enter either of our competitions.
They can.
For logo. It's a logo. A logo is not the right word, is it?
No, it is the right word.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A logo for our podcast.
Yeah, logo, and also potentially like a little snippet of music as well would be really great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To do intro, outro.
Yeah, intro, outro. And they can email us. I've got to do the email because it's the only bit I remember.
Go on, you do the email address.
So you can email us at thegeekandthefreakpod@gmail.com.
You can.
Or where else can they find us, Gray?
Well, I mean, it's surprising you can't remember it because it is exactly the same.
No, but one of them's different.
One of them is different, but can you not remember which one is different? Is that where the problem is?
I can. You can also find us at The Geek and the Freak Pod on Instagram. And then on TikTok, it's just The Geek and the Freak.
There we go. Perfect. And also now, which I forgot to mention last week, and I don't think I'd even told you I'd done it last week, is we are also now on Threads. Very quickly, should we just share with people what happened last week? So with the first so we do a TikTok and an Instagram reel on a Wednesday before the podcast comes out on a Thursday as a little teaser.
It's a little taster.
A little taster or teaser, one or the other.
Yes, taster, teaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last week it was just you talking about asking if it was inflatable, and you did. You
couldn't even remember.
Yeah, it's hilarious. You couldn't remember saying it, and had to message me to ask what it was you were talking about. So yeah, Geek and the Freak Pod on Instagram, Geek and the Freak on TikTok, You can find us there, and you can now find us on Threads, which is also the Geek and the Freak pod. But all that is doing currently is just replicating whatever goes on Insta. Did you see I posted something on Insta this morning on our?
I did. I did. He's gone rogue. He's doing his own thing.
I just thought it was kind of
I
a
was
funny
like,
thing.
what is this?
I was away with work. I had to walk up a hill that was part of the complex I was staying in, and it was called Cardiac Hill. I just thought that was funny and thought I should post it.
Was that before or after you'd had your fry up?
Before the fry, that I had to walk because I was in the
up to the hill to get to the fry up.
Literally, that's what happened. It was
Cardiac
a pub.
Hill. Storm up there, and there's a massive fry up waiting.
There
for
was.
you.
There was. I mean, a fry up for me, the vegetarian fry ups are a little bit anemic, to be honest. They lack bacon.
Unless they're halloumi and poached eggs and all that jazz, and avocado.
Yeah, it wasn't that kind of a place. It was
It's
a pub.
not gonna be that kind.
No, it was a pub.
Baked beans, some grey hash browns.
Yeah, and I don't eat beans.
An attempt at a vegetarian sausage and an egg that was fried about 4 days ago.
It was scrambled egg, which was like,
Ooh.
I mean, it was very. I mean, let me clear. It was really nice, and it was a nice pub, and they did a nice job of making it feel welcoming. But the scrambled egg was like bright yellow, which is fine. So obviously, a very yolky egg was used to make the scrambled egg, but
it
was
bless you. You
kind
think,
of just didn't taste of anything.
You think you think they use fresh eggs for that? Do you?
I think they might have done because it was right out in the middle of the countryside. It was like in the sticks.
Oh, okay. Because you can get
Powdered
bags,
stuff.
but you can get powdered stuff, and you can get. It's always in a blue clear bag of scrambled egg.
That sounds horrendous.
Put into a pan and heat it up.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. I think it was proper scrambled egg. But
I think it was proper eggs.
Now you're making me feel ill now. Right, I have got to go eat because I'm starving. I haven't eaten yet tonight.
What have you got? Scrambled eggs
in a bag. Got my bag of egg.
Bit of powdered egg during the war.
Whisk it up.
Well, I've got a slice of New York cheesecake to go and have.
Oh, that sounds nice. I like a bit of cheesecake.
Me too. But I only like a cold one. I don't like a cooked one. That's for another episode.
When would you ever have what? You mean like a warm cheesecake? Is that a thing?
You can have a baked cheesecake.
Oh.
A cooked cheesecake.
I don't know whether I want.
Gray, such a sheltered life.
I have. Just a poor innocent boy. Right. Guys, thank you so much for watching or listening. We will be back next week with episode 6 of the Geek and the Freak podcast.
Thanks very much, everyone. We'll speak to you soon.
Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.